Hey guys, this is FullFunEducation.com. So we're going to take a look at Wiko Highway Pure 4G. That's a long name, but this is essentially the same device as the Blue Vivo Air LTE. Not that it's a short name either. But anyway, so this is from a company called Wiko. They're based in France, I believe. And on the back, there it says designed by Wiko in France and assembled in China. But we all know that's not true because Blue Vivo Air LTE is the same device and there are like 5 different brands with the same device. I believe that this is based on Gioni eLife S5.1 and it's just a different brandings of the different companies. So let's start with the display. It's got a 4.8 inch of a display followed by receiver and the front-facing camera. Nothing but the empty space that used to have the hardware keys on the 3G version of it, Blue Vivo Air 3G and the LTE, but it's replaced as a soft key built inside the screen. And there's a volume rocker on the left side, followed by the secondary microphone on the top, power key, and the nano SIM card tray. Unfortunately, you cannot expand this further, and the storage option is limited to only 16 gigabytes. So if you are a massive storage consumer, then this might not be for you. On the bottom, there's a micro USB port along with the earphone jack and the microphone. On the back is a camera along with the LED flash, Wiko logo, and front and back is all covered by the glass. And it feels really nice. We can see that they've put the effort on building this phone. The phone feels very sturdy and it doesn't feel like it's gonna bend very easily despite the very light weight and the very thin thickness. Giving it a comparison with the iPhone definitely makes it more obvious. The iPhone 5S, I don't know where my 6 is, and the Wiko Highway Pure 4G. So you can see how thin it is. It's weighing 98 grams and it's at 5.1 millimeters of thickness. So here's the display. It's an AMOLED panel and originally it's not calibrated very well. So I suggest that you go to display and tune your screen color to your likings. This is my personal value, but originally standard. You can see all the saturation over here that's well oversaturated, so you miss a lot of colors, so make sure to customize that. It's got a soft key, so you can customize that with the order as well. And you can see that mostly it's running on the pure stock Android Lollipop, so you can see the notification bar over there and the dialer and the camera app as well. Unfortunately, the launcher is heavily customized, so you will see an iPhone-ish launcher where the icons are just lined up without the app drawer. And this guy runs as a Qualcomm Snapdragon 410 quad-core processor, which is not the fastest in the world, and we were sort of worried that it would not be suitable for everyday users despite its 2 gigabytes of RAM, but the worry was not necessary at all. The multitasking panel, where most of the phones usually lag, showed a pretty good performances. Whichever apps that we switched back to, they ran very good without refreshing much. Of course, if you start playing games, or especially the graphic-intensive 3D games, then you'll get into the problems. But overall, for everyday users, this guy did well for most of the performances. Now, audio and camera is what mid-range phones usually miss out. And audio well deserved our worries. The speaker is okay, it's to the okay range, but it's completely flat on the back. So if you put your phone on the floor, it gets completely blocked, giving it no routes for the sound to come out, so it will have completely muffled sound. Wired or wireless earphone was no good option either. The speaker, the audio quality coming from any type of output was definitely in a bad quality. So there is an option on the audio section where you could have chose the direct HD sound, but that only messes up the sound more. So whichever you do, this is not suitable for listening to audio. Fortunately enough, camera on the other hand was actually pretty good. It has a Sony sensor, and we didn't exactly count a lot on the Sony sensor because it really depends on how you manage your sensor. But the camera, fortunately, is pretty good. The front-facing camera wasn't spectacular. It's okay as an Instagram quality, but the rear camera is definitely better than the average priced phones. With this kind of thickness, you should be worried about its battery. It has 2050 milliamps of battery, and it will only reserve you about 3 hours to 3.5 hours to screen on time. Of course, this was without any power saving mode, so if you get into power saving and turn on some of the power saving features, you might be able to save up some more than that, but there will not be any major differences. So that is Wiko Highway Pure 4G. It's an okay phone, and I really like how thin and light it is. I really liked putting it on my shirt pocket and just forgetting about the existence of the phone. And as I said, there are some disadvantages, mostly coming from the audio quality and the battery life. But with the price right now is $149 based on the Blue Vivo Air LTE, and they being essentially the same device, I don't think this is a bad phone at all. Sure, it does look alike, especially like the Sony Xperia's over here. But the device is well built and the thickness is definitely impressive. So that was Wiko Pure Highway 4G, as known as Vivo Air LTE as well. Thank you always for watching, and we'll see you guys later. Ciao.